What's up? What's happening? Welcome back to the channel. Today, motor's going in the duster. As you already seen, went and got it delivered, and now we've already got the flex plate on it. We got the adapter plate on it. Went ahead and threw the motor plate on it, and then the sensor and the oil pickup for the turbo. That's now, as you might have seen, we're cutting my brand new $6,000 Power Glide bell housing. We have to clearance it for the starter. So the little area right there, and then I'm just going to radius it out down through there, and then come back and clean it all up. But kind of hurts the heart doing all this poor girl. But go ahead and get this done, and then we'll slide her on in the car, see what happens. I'm gonna put the starter on before it goes in the car too. So I guess once we get this done, we'll throw you up on the time lapse and we'll slide her on in, baby. Oh, I'm so excited. It's just another step closer. Alright, so excuse the compressor, but we got a nice little slot cut. It fits good. Starter's bolted on. Now here we're gonna grab our PTC converter. What the hell? We're gonna blow it out first. Alright, so now we got the debris out of there. Whew. So now we're gonna take our old Dexmerc that's just dirt from like body shop. So we're gonna pour that in, get it full, and shove it in the transmission. The Savoy. I guess we're going to test and tune it tomorrow and swap meet. But boy, I don't know why he put this bag back. Like, I ain't done for the night. I only got this far. Hiya! Now, valve cover just up there. There's my rocker arms over there on the table. Don't mind the trash. We gotta go to the dump. But I gotta cut the push rods and put the rocker arms on. And I might have to pull the heads, unfortunately, I might have been right on another video to like seal this. Actually, no, I don't think. See, I'm not worried about like the sides because we could just run silicone there. That's fine. But like underneath here, you know what I mean? But I think we could pick that up enough. And pick that up enough, we can shove some silicone off in there. But that's still got to come off. So we put the lifters in, which they're bam right there. Got that done, and then while I was waiting on other people, I went ahead and started working on my onboard air system. Started just getting fittings. That's where the feed's going to go. But so I need to get an adapter to go from this to I believe it's either a quarter or an 1/8 inch for the pressure sensor. So I come with this one. It's 105 off and 85 on. So I'm gonna run that guy, and yeah, and that's gonna feed all of our stuff. I think the only thing else I'm gonna probably do to it tonight is I'll probably just mock the turbo kit back up, just so I could like see what it'll look the same as it once did. Just the only difference is this one's got a front cover and a balancer as far as looks wise, but it's all still the same heads. Went from a Hemi orange block to a copper. Still kind of looks Hemi orange, unfortunately. I'm not a fan of Hemi orange. We dented up the, oh god, y'all. This was the hardest it's ever been for me to put a motor in this car. Since I've had this Duster, now it's been neglected obviously the last couple of years. Y'all seen it looked okay, but you know, like paint was chipping, like all that up there. I didn't even prime it whenever I painted it. It was never supposed to get painted. I just had a little too much to drink one night, and I was like, oh, let me see what this color looks like. So I painted a little part of the fender, and I was like, oh, let's just paint the whole car. So that was like 2011, and we've been kind of riding with it ever since. And then on my last deployment with the Army, I left it at Dad's house, and it sat outside. And that Summit single stage from what did I say, 2011? It didn't hold up well. So that's why we like plastic dip the hood and stuff. If y'all been following along since then, you know, removing the plastic dip. But this was the hardest it ever was to put this motor in. And I think it was the K-member. On time lapse, it stopped at a minute. When a minute goes by on the time lapse. So I think that's an hour. I'm not entirely sure, but it was like catching on the oil pan was catching on the K-member, and we couldn't figure out why. Because on a stock K-member, you just slide it on in. And this one, you could take the oil pan off with the K-member still in the car. Stock one, you can't, and it was beating me down. We were frustrated. Me and my dad were arguing. I already had to apologize to him. You know, we were both frustrated. We ended up just taking off the oil pan. The thought came off to just take off the K-member because it's really, you know, shocks, upper control arms, 4 bolts, that whole thing falls. Thought about doing that, but instead we just popped off the oil pan, and it fell right into place. Literally fell, poof, and it ate up my bumper though. The cherry picker did. Oh man, it's okay. It's alright. We got more spray paint. But I'm gonna set this intake on it, and I might mock up the turbo kit again, just so I can see, because that motivates me. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish loading this guy up and parking the truck back. I guess he might be done. I'm gonna go ahead and park my truck back, and I'm gonna put it back up there.
The next day.
Alright guys, so it's the next day, and this is the Saturday after Thanksgiving. We decided that we're going to take the Savoy out one last time. This is the final testing tune of the year that we know of. So we need to take the car out, get it tested. Unfortunately, it is a no prep, and as y'all might know, this car is not set up for a no prep. So, but we wanted to make sure that our fuel issues were resolved. It was losing fuel and breaking up top. So we decided to take it out. You know, we can adjust the shocks and make it go down. So this was the very first attempt right here. So as y'all see right there, there's a couple lines of water. I didn't know what it was at first, but it turns out to be water. It's from when we was going in the burnout box and spinning it over, it would throw water up in the wheel tubs and then fall down as it goes back and back up into it. So here's pass number 2, about 15 minutes after the first one. And right here is a very good teachable moment. So, as y'all saw in his burnout, he did a regular burnout just like it was a bracket race. And we've already discussed that this is no prep. And the track is somewhat cold. Although this track has a very good rubber base and it'd probably be the best no prep that you've ever been on, the track was still cold. The tires were hot. So when he pulled up and did his pass, the left wheel got more traction than the right wheel, causing the car to drive to the right. So if you would carry that burnout through and line back up in your own tracks, the car would have went down perfectly. But it's a live and learn experience right there. So here I was smack talking about dad, and he was like, "Oh, you gonna do better?" So he let me drive it a couple passes, and this is the only one we got on video. Big thanks to Jonathan, my nephew, Jonathan Quinn, for filming. But yeah, man, it was a great time. I love this car. Alright guys, so I'm gonna end the video there. It was a great time. We got the 500 in the Duster. This motor is the one that's in the Duster, and it's in there. Makes me happy. Plus, we took Dad's car out to the track. As far as this thing goes, we have cut to fit push rods. So I went ahead and cut them and got to press the caps on them. So my dad has those. He's got the press at his house, so he's going to be pressing the caps on. And my headers, my turbo headers, went back to Scott to have them cleaned up a little bit.
As y'all know, I rushed him whenever we finally started working on it. Which I don't know how I haven't said this. Big thank you to Scott Wood. Amazing job he did. You know, he did all the fab work. If you guys are in West Tennessee and you're needing anything, get on Facebook, search Scott Wood, and yeah, man, he'll hook you up. Big thank you to him. I'm so happy. So since we get the push rods back and the headers back and all this, we're gonna start getting this car buttoned up. It's rebuild season, right? But we didn't have a rebuild. We're building, and we're somewhat close. I want to get this thing going and get it tested while everybody else is still rebuilding. So as soon as we start next season, I'm already testing. I'm a little bit ahead of everybody. So that's the game plan. I'm hoping in the next couple weeks we get this thing fired up. So, we took the Savoy out. It went a 691 on a no prep. That's pretty good. It's very respectable for what the car is. We think the car is going to eventually run some 660s once we get the tuning done. But we got 8 passes total on the car now. So I'm very happy. He's happy. It's a great time. But that's going to do it. Next video on the Duster should be coming up pretty soon. So make sure you comment, like, and subscribe right now. Do it now. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.